Alright, what's up YouTube? How's it going? It's your boy. Oh, that is the sound of Membrane. It is an awesome Switch game. I got it for 9 cents. It's a very simple Switch game. It's very forward. You build blocks, you blow up blocks. I mean, you do what you do. Okay, enough of my advertisement now for this moment. In video advertisement. Sorry, no screenshot of in video advertisement either. Um, alright guys. So I'm noticing men are turning on each other. But you want to know the shitty thing? Is it's particularly men who are easily successful coming from something to do with their parents' background. Either they went to school, made money, they got a show, they did something. Through their parents, of course, they were able to get set up and established. Okay, these are the first kind of men. These men actually do not have morals and are strictly ruled by money, so do not feel bad when this guy tries to give you life advice. Feel bad when I try to give you life advice because I have morals, and that means you're violating like a moral person's stance. Like if I don't know, like I guess it's like I see abortion as amoral. We're just going to start that. Abortion is completely amoral. It doesn't have any morality. It's not based in the Constitution. The right to privacy extends to what happens within your own home. So, women, stop making the argument that you have the right to privacy of abortion unless you're aborting children in your own house. Other than that, moving forward, and the second kind of man in this world, when it comes to successful men, the men who are turning on each other right now, um, self-made millionaires who had an idea that the world gravitated towards, that we needed or we gravitated towards. In the case of Bill Gates, now Bill Gates hasn't, as far as I'm aware, put his stake in this ring yet, but I'm sure through his company he speaks very loudly to the pro-women circuit because he is a part of the Silicon Valley millionaires, billionaires who control what we see online. And I mean, that's who's been running our internet. You guys want to talk about the deep web and the government keeping things hidden? It's unfortunately millionaires and billionaires. Detached men. Detached men, and they come in all ranges, sizes, and shapes. Now, detached men are men who do not feel any kinship towards their fellow man. This means you as a woman as well, I want you to know, ladies. That guy at your feminist rallies in his pro-feminism shirt is waiting for pussy. He doesn't respect you. He doesn't like you. He doesn't care about you. He wants to fuck, and he's just so about fucking you that he says he's down with whatever causes you're down for. Take him to an event. See how down he is when shit gets crazy. See how fast he doesn't run off with the chick who says, I'm not a slut, written on her tits, naked. See how fast. I'm just saying, like, you don't believe me, but. So the detached men. Now, the interesting thing is that these next two groups of men are taking it upon themselves to attack other men. This next group of men is disenfranchised men, and this can be men attacking men. This is more or less men who have a disenfranchised voice within the system, fathers, men who've been falsely accused of rape, men who. It's hard with these guys because they will at times attack men, blaming men for the situation they were put in. Can't blame them because we didn't create this situation. But they can feel that way. You can't blame somebody for how they feel. I mean, on the other hand, I mean, you kind of can too, depending on what it's regarding. But in this case, what's the point in blaming that person for feeling so disenfranchised? Usually these men come out of a shell within about a year of their disenfranchisement, and they start to collect themselves. They start to feel better. They start to get back into the world. The disenfranchisement part with men comes oftentimes with depression. We already feel very, very alone in our world. We already feel very alone in our lives. With rich men who never struggled attacking men who have, just stop, because I want you to know Tupac was right. Like, the meek shall inherit the earth, and it's only at the request of the strong. We can look at that however we want to look at that. The part of the Bible with the meek inheriting the earth, the ground opening up and swallowing the rich. The people are hungry. The ground of the pyramid is hungry. That is the problem. Now, the rich billionaires and the rich men and the few other groups of men have made it known that they stand not with their brothers. That is perfectly fine. Now, the next group of men you have are the MGTOWs. These men are typically happy. They have gone their own way. They are doing things for themselves exclusively and strictly. Or if they're doing things, they're looking for a wife. If they're looking for a partner, they're not going to date you too long. If you don't seem like you're compatible, you're out the door. I don't think this is a bad philosophy for men in this current day and age. Another group of men that we should look at, I think we've covered all of them, really. Those are the 5 groups we kind of stand in right now. But other than that, you do have a lot of intellectual men, and they're very divided. These are everywhere from pseudo-intellectuals to actual intellectuals who've studied, gone to school, done, I don't know, like, I've met plenty of people who've gone to school and aren't actually intellectuals. They just went to school for a thing so they can make money. So it doesn't automatically make you an intellectual to go to school. But a man who's a great intellect might have a conflict in this day and age. Will, of course, believe all women. Well, wait, hold on. More false rape allegations, maybe not believe all women. It's a time that we need unity in the male community more than we need baseless attacks. To be fair, there are various problems going on with women. There's child support, there's the family court system. Child support being non-regulated and non-monitored in about 40 plus of the states in the US is not okay. Let's see. We're constantly under attack from feminism by companies not even feminism, pardon me, misandry. It's strictly misandry through the companies. Gillette's commercial was misandry, and they realized that. I'm wondering how bad someone had to sue Gillette before they got the message. Because Gillette is a company of cucks. We've learned that Gillette will cuck to whatever feminism tells it. Feminism tells the companies their narratives, and the companies decide what narratives they agree with. Isn't that kind of a shame? Isn't it a shame that instead of seeing Walmart spread a story about, I don't know, maybe how their wall of missing children helped a missing child get found, they're more likely to support the LGBTQ wanting to fuck children. And I'm never going to let that go. The LGBTQ says that they're not with pedophilia, but they are, because you have to stand against transgenderism to be against pedophilia, and here's why. Transgenderism encourages children to dress inappropriately as the opposite gender. When girls dress as boys, they miss the point. They don't actually wear boys' clothes. They actually wear girls' clothes really, really weirdly and call it being a little boy. Little boys tend to do the same thing. They just wear boys' clothes really, really weirdly and call it being a little girl. That turns a pedophile on. Go fucking figure. Go fucking figure that a pedophile wants to see your child cross-dressing. And now that you understand LGBTQ community, you have a choice. You can definitely choose to accept the portion of the movement that you're in, or you can leave that community entirely, just like black people have done to BLM, just like black people have done to the Panthers, just like black people have done. But LGBT, it's on you to do that, nobody else. Until you separate yourselves from pedophilia, you're known as pedophiles now because you're protecting these people. Your laws that protect you are now protecting pedophiles. So have fun with that. You have to defend yourself. Sorry guys, this video has been everywhere, but that's just because there's a lot of shit going on. It's almost the end of 2019, it's almost 2020, and fucking we still gotta fight over men trying to get along. Like, that's my thing, is men need to stop. We need to get along. If you're rich and you're listening, if you're poor and you're listening, I don't care what your differences are. If you are this dude on Facebook, The Muscle, who's a pussy who thinks all men should just pay child support to all women that they knock up, I'm gonna put it real. You shouldn't. If your dumbass baby mama is spending the check on herself, if your dumbass baby mama is spending the check on anybody else but your baby, if your dumbass baby mama is taking your baby out to Elitch's but not buying your baby clothes, she ain't getting your baby shit, let the judge take care of that hoe. Don't pay your child support, go to jail for 6 months, then appear in court for your court date, and then let the judge hear. So wait, the child's situation ain't even changed since he's been locked up and you've been getting $23? You've been going to McDonald's every day with $23? Let a judge tear into a hoe and it's completely different, my niggas. You tearing into a hoe gets you in trouble. The judge tearing into a hoe, he could do whatever he want in his courtroom. She could do whatever she want in her courtroom. So let it be that. But on the other end, you got dudes who, he's not self-made. That nigga live in a mansion, and that nigga, I guarantee you, was not nearly as poor as I've ever been. The guy outside who's freezing his ass off in the snow out here in Colorado today ain't ever been. He came from somewhere else. He came from some money. And so it was easy for him to just say, well, I'm gonna gain weight and work out and meet this pretty woman who wanted to divorce me for half my money. I'm cool with that. He don't realize most niggas ain't in that same situation, dog. It's completely a fuck over once you're a dude and you are poor and you have a kid with a woman who's a shitty woman. Like, that's what it is. And I'm sorry, we gotta stop calling all women women. You a girl if you knocking yourself up to get trapped with a baby. You a girl. You a girl. You ain't no woman. You ain't no woman. If you trapping, that's a girl's game. That's a girl's sport. That's a girl's activity. You just what it be. On the other end of that, though, I mean, really, we do need unity between men. We can't act like women. We don't borrow each other's shoes, so why the fuck are we fighting like we did? That's what I want to know. But shit, other than that, YouTube, I'm out. Leave me a comment, a like, a subscribe, and a question for the day. What do you think is really fucking tearing fucking people apart, men apart, society apart right now? Because, I'm sorry, when men start falling apart, it's a demonstration of society starting to fall apart. So, what do you think is causing this right now? Go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment area, and I will totally check those, get back to people. I only have like 9 comments as it stands already total, and I already checked back in on all of them. Like, but other than that, y'all, have a good day, have a great weekend, and peace out, YouTube.